Nubia, because there were three major tribes in Nubia that lived in the area of Nubia, and they had their own major settlements, of course, with the little satellite villages and towns around them. During some periods they were united, but most of the time they were separate entities, they were separate groups. The name Nubia is the name that was given by the Egyptians. It's the name that's now internationally recognized, and it actually comes from the word Nibbu in ancient Egyptian, which means the land of gold. Because that was the main, as we said, the main source of gold for the Egyptians, and still is up to now, the very southern borders of Egypt. We have Upper and Lower Nubia, split into two sections. Okay. Upper Nubia is
same thing.
Upper Nubia
Is upriver.
is South River, so it's the furthest south, which is the section of Nubia now in the Sudan. It's the southern strip of the Sudan, the southern area of the Sudan. That is Upper Nubia. Lower Nubia is the part of the section that's now annexed to Egypt, within Egypt. Abu Simbel is part of Lower Nubia. Okay, so when we were Abu Simbel is part of Nubia. Right? And it extends actually from slightly south of Aswan, extending down to almost about 200 kilometers north of the Khartoum. That is the stretch of Nubia. Okay? Believe it or not, the only other country in the world that has more pyramids than Egypt is the Sudan. Okay? The Nubian territories of the Sudan, the northern parts of the Sudan, they have counted for 233 pyramids. Okay? But the Nubian pyramids were not tombs like the Egyptian pyramids were. They are much smaller to start with. Some of them are only this high, and they were meant as chapels rather than tombs. Okay? And they're scattered in different parts of Nubia. The population was basically, as I said, three separate tribes, which were three among the 9 traditional enemies of Egypt. Egypt always had 9 traditional enemies during the pharaonic period. There were the 3 tribes in Nubia, which were the main enemies, the Hittites and the Mitannians in the northeast, and the people of Sinai. 2 tribes in Libya, the Tinico and the Tinico, and the sea people of the Mediterranean. These were the 9 traditions. But in those times, of course, in those times it was very clearly distinguished.
So the representations we see of Egyptians that have black skin are really Nubians or Nilite slaves or what?
What, on the scenes and carvings and statues? No. No. The color black used in the statues by the ancient Egyptians is the symbol of a funerary statue. Tutankhamun's statue, if you remember, as a guardian in the tomb, because they were intended to be placed in the tomb, he was colored